You should be able to see my screen, and this webinar will be recorded, and I will send you recording after webinars. So agenda will be the following. I have a couple of slides, so we will go through the slides. Maybe it will take 5-7 minutes. I'll try to be fast. Then we will dive into demo, and then we will have, I'll try to keep 15 minutes in the end for question and answers. So we're using Zoom application, so you can see they do have Q&A section as well as chat. So you can feel free to use those tools and post your questions. So if you will find questions after you doing your hands-on and check our product, I will give you email, which you can use anytime when you're stuck somewhere or need technical advice or just simple questions about product or pricing. All right, let's start. We'll go to present. All right, and it should be first slide. All right, Google Sheet and QuickBooks Online. This is G-Accon. So G stand for Google. So we're completely, truly Google application, which is used cloud technology, AWS, and all this nice high-tech stuff. This is product overview and demo. My name is Yelena. And who we are a top 10 application in Xero Marketplace. This is our second product. And regarding to QuickBooks, we certified by Intuit application partner since February 2020. This is not the day when we launch our application. QuickBooks already launched about 2.5 years ago, but that the date when we have certified, and it took for us like 10 months to get certification. It's kind of slow process. So this is our product line. So we have very mature product, G-Accon for Xero. G-Accon for QuickBooks became more mature, and we're still doing some enhancement to the product. If we just launched, I would say yesterday, a Workflow Max. It's available in Google Marketplace, G Suite. G-Accon for AWS for technical people, that very useful application. So why we using Google Spreadsheets? So I know you're here because you like spreadsheets, but this is like briefly why it has very unique functionality or benefits for us. So first of all, it's free, no installation required, simple sharing. As you know, you can click on the button and share any document or spreadsheet. This your colleague, your client, and collaboration. It's absolutely amazing feature. You can work on the same document in real time and see who did what. So it's very, very absolutely amazing feature. Cloud storage. So cloud storage, we use it within our application. When I will be talking about automation, we use your storage in your Google Drive, and I will explain you how to do backup of your data. It will be like snapshot, how you can save this data in your cloud storage in your Google Drive. Autosave feature, absolutely amazing. You forget to save something and you work in this Microsoft Word document, you close your computer, you shut down application, oops, you forgot to save it. Yeah, we're in trouble. So version control, you can easily come back to the previous version, retrieve it, and start working. If you really feel your 1 week ago version, this is what you're looking for. So what about, how about a QuickBooks, a G-Accon for QuickBooks? What is this? So you can feel is a simple Google accounting connector, but when you start looking at the application, you will find out we have a lot of features, a lot of functionality. That's another reason why we decided to do webinars. It's a full-blown application. What it does, as a nutshell, it synchronizes data in both directions. So what is both directions? We call it download. You can download data from your multiple QuickBooks entities to the spreadsheet and upload data back from spreadsheet in bulk to your multiple QuickBooks organizations. So this is whole idea. Why people use it? Because you can automate the process. So this is the key usability of our application, to save your time, to sync your data, to have your fresh data, automate the process. So this is why you're here. So what it does, definitely each and every automated processes keys are eliminating human error. This is what we try to do. And I would repeat, it's a cloud technology, Google technology, automate, our application allow you to automate upload and download process. And we have set of customized and automated reports. So those are our users. So majority our user accountants, as we have small businesses and a big middle size companies or firms. We're not enterprise level. If you have in your refresh process millions and millions records, we won't be able to help you out. So we are not going to be good fit for you. But if you're medium size and small size of businesses, so you're in the good hands. So what is our application based? So you need to understand our application based on templates. So templates, it's a keys. The keys, key templates, what you need to build. Templates for reports, templates for your own reports, we call it queries, template to update your records from the Google spreadsheet to QuickBooks account, and template to automate the process. The automation we call workflows. So basically when you create workflow, again, you create template of how handle other templates. So everything based on templates. If you don't create templates, our program, our application will not know what to refresh, in which schedule, how you want the data look like. But we will dive in the demo and you can see how it works. So the key here is our application allow you to refresh data simultaneously for multiple QuickBooks entities. But the drawback here, you have to set up processes. So one time you have to spend time and set up templates for each and every organization. So to speed up this process, we have nice functionality which called save your template in cloud, which help you to, when you finalize your template, to reuse this template. This template can be reused in different tab within the same spreadsheet. It can be shared with your colleague and team member. It can be used to your own second, let's say, new spreadsheet, and it can be used, reused between multiple organizations. So this is whole idea. If we talk about upload, we have about 35 plus tables, or we call it objects, which you can use to upload data from spreadsheet to QuickBooks accounts. And create and maintain automatic workflow. I'm going to show you how to do that. Another slide, which is I want to mention, if majority of our customer accountants, right, or accountant company, but in the end of the day, you have to present your data to your clients. And you probably will be using any sort of BI solutions. So a simple solution, you can use Google Chart, and I'm going to show you one example which we created for one of our clients. We can do that for you, absolutely. And you can build it by yourself using Google Data Studio, Tableau. I like this software. It's very intuitive. It's a drag and drop. Or you can use Microsoft Power BI, which is, again, you feed refreshed or updated data from spreadsheet to any of this BI solution, because sometimes your client might not want to check each and every template, each and every report in your spreadsheet, right? But here you can build nice dashboards, nice tables, graphs, and some kind of summary stuff. So they like it, and it's very colorful. I'm going to show you as one of the example. Again, data monitoring tools and alerts. I'm going to cover this, and how to set up backup. Yeah, I'm going to show you that. So let me move out of my slides. We're good in time. Any questions so far? All right, let's move on. So I can actually open a new spreadsheet. Let me open new spreadsheet. And as soon as you install our application, you will see that under add-on, and it's called G-Accon for QuickBooks. So when you click on sign in, we internally create or set up secure link between Google Spreadsheet and QuickBooks account. So I should do it before webinar, but let me give me 2 seconds. So as soon as it's done, it will say it's successfully connection successfully created and you are authenticated. And what you're going to have, you're going to see menu options. So what we have here, this is standard accounting reports. So some reports we generate or create based on the data, kind of plug and play, whatever we got from through API. And some of the report, I would say set of age receivables, age payables, we create by ourselves. We generate it internally. And what you can't do, if you create your custom report in QuickBooks, we don't have API to pull exactly that report to the spreadsheet. It's just not given to us. So basically all these reports you have ability to recreate here, or maybe even enhanced, because some of the reports we generate by ourselves based on customer request. And if this report, standard reports, not enough for you, you will have ability to design your own reports. So here we're talking about data. So you create, you pick up object, and then you check and select attributes which you really need. So later on, based on this data, you can create your own formula, your own calculation, you can consolidate whatever you needed, but this is that options here. So, and this option responsible for upload data from spreadsheet to your account. So let's start the standard accounting reports. So when I click on the menu option, so the very first screen responsible for creating template. So for now, it's called report template. So I'm going to create report template. And this is how many reports we have already available for you. I would say more popular report, definitely receivables, payables, aged, right? It's your outstanding bills, invoices, set of balance sheets, cash flow. This is our new reports, budget versus actual, we introduced maybe a couple months ago. Budget variance, this is your percentage. It's very useful too. People use it when you set up new budget for new year. Detailed transaction reports. I want to focus a little bit on this report. If you know, we do have transaction report, transaction list report, which is show you all accounts. This split word on this, right? But if you choose detailed transaction report, you will see what allocation will be under those splits. So all accounts will be available for you. So this is very useful report. A lot of our customers use it. So definitely GL, journal reports, transaction list, trial balance. So all these reports are available for you. As an example, I will choose P&L. It's one of the most popular report. So what we have here, the first selection is here overall. So you choose report and then you have filtering. It's very similar what QuickBooks has. So now I want to pay your attention on dynamic date range. So you can use that as a dynamic. Let's say P&L this month's monthly report is good enough. When you set up using these parameters, this month means now we're in March, right? March 10. So when we keep moving, it will be April, May. So you set up once template and you don't have to change it anymore. It's automatically moving from one month to another month. If you're not happy what you have static date range. So for P&L, I would still say we keep it monthly, right? But if you're talking about estimates, purchase orders, invoices, you can change this time date range based on whatever you need, right? And another small tip here, you can create your date, we call it driven by the spreadsheet. So basically how it works, you can set up any formula on your field in your spreadsheet. For example, I put today function, and it's definitely today will be for today is today, tomorrow it will be 11, 12, and so on. And then you have ability to put reference. So by clicking this icon, you can refer to this field. So that gives you plenty of opportunities to set up anything, whatever you want, and this formula will be this whole template will be driven by your formula, which you set up in the spreadsheet. So it's all this opportunity in case if it's whatever is provided for you currently, not enough for you, right? And you need more flexibility. Here is your flexibility. So let's come back. So here we have monthly range, right? I would compare this, let's say 4 periods. You can go up to 60 if you choose so. 4 periods, it will go 4 months back. You can choose different methods, accrual, cash. You have ability to select to show year to date or not show year to date, ascending, descending order. You have ability to choose any accounts you want. If you choose all account, a new account will be added in your QuickBooks, it automatically will be pulled here. If you specify separate accounts, that will nail this account in certain field or cell in your spreadsheet. You might need that too if you want to build more calculation based on this. But if you feel more dynamic, this is what you're looking for, you will keep all as a checkbox. So this is you have location, classes, items, report layout. I want to stop a little bit on this field. What does it mean? If you choose traditional report layout, it will be giving you traditional layout, how you see it. It's a revenue, cost of goods sold, minus operating expenses, net profit in the traditional way. If you choose historical layout, excuse me, you can see old field open up and occupied a bunch of different columns. And what it does, it will allow to push data, all data, in a nicer way in your any BI solution. So later on, if you're going to try any BI solution, try to play this different layout, and you can see the difference. And for our example, we will get traditional layout, and this report is all set. So then I would like to pay your attention on this option. It's called Change Pool Settings. This option is very important. It's allow you to handle the way of view, how your data viewed in your spreadsheet. For example, in my case now, I don't want to create new tab, so I will uncheck this. Maybe I want to keep original formatting if I want to specify certain colors, certain font, certain size of the cell. Maybe if I'm talking about P&L for 2017, I don't want to include it in auto refresh because I know this data will never refresh, but still I want to see this data. So this is the option here. Then if you don't want to see dividing rows, so this is here. And name. Name is important. Although it says it's optional, I would suggest you put not a default value, which is will be P&L, but I would say I will put P&L for organization number 1, okay? And I will not mess it up because it will be organization, let's say ABC, all right? So this is option how your data look like. And it's the same options available when we create templates for queries, okay? So that's it. So now we're ready. So we will execute, and when you click on the execute button, it will do two things. So first, it's save your template, save your structure, and secondly, is pull data from QuickBooks account. So now, as you can see, it's income, total income, cost of goods sold. This is your operating expenses here, and this is your net income, right? So this is traditional view. So now, let me remove this today. We don't need it for now. Now, if you decided I need to update or modify this template, you will go to G-Accon for QuickBooks and choose Update, Modify, Delete Template. When you click on this button, all these templates available in that specific tab will be displayed on the right side. So now you can double click on the template. You see it's reports template. So now you have ability to update it. Again, if you click on update, you just save your structure, save your template. If you do update and execute, you save your template and pull data, pull new data from a QuickBooks account. So now I'm satisfied. Let's assume I satisfy this my template and I want to save it in cloud. So this is the option how to save it. And I would copy this organization and I will choose baseline. I like to have baseline, so it's my final template, which is I can reuse for different organization. So I save it and the structure is saved. So now let's assume I want to set up another P&L for second organization. And I will go to G-Accon for QuickBooks and I switch company. I switch company. For me, I have only my organization, but you have whole list of your client organization. You can choose your next client, click on the switch company, and you are in different organization. And the next step will be to pull the same template, set up the same template for second organization. So I will go through menu options and I will select load save template from cloud. And as you can see, I have three types, which is you can save your templates. It's a query, reports, and upload. We just did a report template, and it will be somewhere right here. So this is my template. That button allow you to share this template, this your team member, if you choose to, or this your client, if you set up this whole application to your client. So you can use that feature. So eventually, when we're working on domain licensing, it will be visible through whole your domain, but we're not there. So it may be 2-3 weeks, and we will release that enhancement. But for now, I click on the my baseline template, and I need to load it and I need to execute it for the second organization. So what I will do here, the same options like we saved, right? Then I come here and I will say, okay, I would like it to be first cell, start cell, K1. You can type it or you can put reference, right? And your second template for second organization will start over here. And what we will do here, how to differentiate P&L. It's again P&L, right? So you put different name. So, and that's it, and we're ready. So now what internally we're going to see, we have two templates for two different entities, right? Definitely I didn't switch it, it's my same company, I have the same data, but eventually you can put here like 5, 10, whatever organizations you need. But make sure this is for your internal business, right? If you want to set up separate spreadsheet for each and every client, so make sure you don't mix all this data for different clients, right? Because you can automatically send this email to client. You don't want them to see each other financial data, right? All right, so now my next step is automation. So I'm going to select automation. Under automation, I will choose create workflow. So this is again, template of handling other templates. So I will put name, let's say P&L workflow number 1, right? I put description. You can keep it inactive if you're not ready, or you can activate it right away. Now the next step is add templates. So for whole my spreadsheet, I have only 2 templates. I can drag and drop And those my selected template. Now I want you to pay attention on this small gear, which called template settings. Usually I would prefer to receive notification in case if something happened in my processes. So if I see error, I want to know, right? And when I want to know, I want to make a decision what I'm going to do that. Either I will run it manually as a manual refresh, or I can wait for next cycle. For example, if you have P&L or age reports, you probably don't want to run them every 3-4 hours, right? Doesn't make sense. So you put it on daily schedule. And now for daily schedule, you decide, do you want to rerun it right away manually, or you can wait for next cycle. But I would say if you have estimates, invoices, POs, you might want to schedule this every 5 hours. So in this case, you might not need to run manual refresh. You just wait for next cycle, right? So it depends on your business needs. So let's come back to our P&L. I would say daily is good enough. I would like to put it 2 a.m. It's a good time. So everyone's sleeping, no traffic. So that's good. That very important checkbox, which will allow our application generate log, and then you can see and trace what's going on with all your processes. So this is kind of key heart of our application. So it's checked by default. So please don't uncheck this. And next tab here, responsible for your client. So basically, if you create one separate spreadsheet and you want this email come, or whole report, I would say, come to your client, you use this tab. You put clients' email addresses here, subject, messages, and they can see your file either as a spreadsheet link. They click and they open the same spreadsheet. You can put your graph and BI solution here through Google Chart. You can convert whole file to Microsoft Excel file, or it can be CSV file, or you have ability to choose 2 different layout PDF files, landscape or portrait. Another good feature, you can set up alerts. So I was helping a couple days ago one of the client who wants to notify the customers. He bring all invoices and he wants to put some condition here 5 days before day due for all these invoices. He wants this whole file will be sent to the client, and client gets some kind of reminder. Okay, I need to make a payment. So this is why you have this alert. It's very useful. You can set up any threshold, any amount, any outstanding, whatever you would like to. It's very, very strong functionality in this application, which is very useful. So it can be different workflow together, not P&L flow. And this is backup. So this is your snapshot on certain days. So again, you can create workflow number 22, for example. You activate your backup, you put your name based on your naming convention, and this file will be stored in your Google Drive, right? So now we're talking about cloud storage. So this is very useful here. So let's come back to our P&L. We set up our template, we put schedule, we apply and execute. So now I set up schedule at 2 a.m. So definitely we're not going to sit here till 2 a.m. and check how it works. So, and you too, right? So we're going to check if it's start execution or not when it's needed. So I will choose under automation, update, modify, and delete workflows. And what it does, it will display all workflows, which is available for us in this specific spreadsheet. So for us, this is one workflow, which we just created. And then you will see a small button here, execute now current workflow. This is what I'm going to do. And what it does, if you can see on the bottom, I'll put my screen a little bit up, is create a tab which called Automatic Operations Event Log. So this is the main piece. That piece will tell you every time what is the process run, how they run, and what is the timestamp. You see, this is my timestamp here, and this is execution of my first workflow. So first I pull I execute the first template and it's successful. Then it's pulled another template and execute successful. So it means we have fresh data. If your client will be notified through email, this information will be here too. If you set up alert, it will be again information written here. Alert has been executed and an email has been sent to certain clients. So you can see everything here. So this is log file. It's very important. So you're looking for errors. So in case of success, it's nothing you have to do. It's everything perfectly. But in case of error, let's say we stop updating P&L for whatever reason. So you can go to G-Accon for QuickBooks, and those options are responsible for manual refresh. So you can do either refresh for this specific tab, or you can refresh everything, each and every template which belong to this spreadsheet for all companies, right? If you have 15 companies, 20 companies, it will refresh everything manually. All right. So now this whole use case is very important because it's cover majority of our functionality. It's very important. So next part is design accounting report. This is where you design your own objects, your own reports, if the main reports are not available for you, right? Or you need something else. So let's see, you have accounts. This is your chart of accounts. You have bills. You have credit notes. I don't know, deposits, credit memo, credit card payments, deposits people use a lot, journal entries, absolutely, people use a lot, sales receipt, this is our key, right? And all this object can be pulled, and I will be pulling invoices. So let's say invoices. As you can see, I choose invoice object. Internally, if you're familiar with query languages, so we create select statement. Is as easy as select statement. Select certain attributes, those are our attributes, from invoice table where, this is your where condition, where certain fields available and certain orders are provided. Order is provided. So in this, I would like to emphasize, this is the same concept. You can move to dynamic date range, exactly what we see when we talking about reports, or static date range. So now it's invoices. I can easily pull, let's say from January. I can do from January 1st till March. I can select everything. I can select everything, unselect. This is embedded objects. I can open up all objects, right? You don't have to click each and every time. I can collapse them. And this is one very cool one. This is how you change the order of your column. So for example, in invoices, I probably would like to see invoice number on the column B, and I'm going to search for invoice number because I'm going to use the same structure to show you how to upload data. And I'm searching for invoice ID. This is like identifier. It's your social security number, right? You identify each and every record by ID. It's internal number in the system. So, and then after I refresh, that order will stay how you set up. Okay. So now I have selection in the field. I can choose, okay, I need all these invoices before due date before March. So don't forget to add this condition. If you need to have more Boolean properties, you can use and after, I don't know, let's do February 16, you add it. This is your end condition. So this is your two conditions which has to be satisfied in order to have your result back. And you can order by, again, you can choose by, I don't know, customer name, you can do that, ascending, descending order. So this is straightforward. And then I would like to come back to change pool setting. So this is exactly the same option like we saw in the report. So that option is responsible for your data, right? How data look like, and you have ability to choose and enter template name, whatever has some meaningful stuff for you. Okay, so that's it. I think we're ready. We execute the template. So what it does, again, two things, we save structure and we pull data, we pull invoices. So as you can see, this is deep link. So you can click on this link and it will open the same invoice in a QuickBook Online. And if you don't want to have this deep link, you can go to change pool setting and uncheck it. So this is our invoices. If you would like to put some formula or some business rules, don't use space below the table, because if data, amount of data growing, that your formula will be overridden. So use the space which is on the right side. So this is the end of your template, and you will have space over there to build your own logic. All right. So our next step is to create upload. So I will go to, let me copy. I'll copy just one row. So I would kind of suggest to use only one row to try how it works for you. And I would remove ID and I would say test for my invoice number. All right. So now I'm going to add-ons and I will select upload accounting data. All right. And what you can see here, you first have row selections. So as soon as I I select only one row, I will use currently selected row. But eventually, after you check all your mapping and everything maps fine and upload for one record was look good in the QuickBooks, you can change it to new rows or all rows. So if you put new rows, so make sure you don't have any gaps. So because we're checking for last updated row, and then next chunk will go and upload data from spreadsheet to your QuickBooks account. Or you can do all rows. So in all rows, you can prepare your data for a whole day, and then in the end of the day, just dump it in your QuickBooks account. So you can do it manually, and absolutely you can schedule and do automation. You can select specify date range, or you can specify row numbers separated by comma. So everything available for you here. So now you have to be careful what object you choose. I am on invoice tab. That's why program is smart enough is pick up invoices. But sometimes you might have different templates here, but make sure you choose object whatever you need. So you have accounts, you have bills, you have deposits here, you have invoices, expenses, journal entries, right? And sales receipt. Like I said, very popular journal entries and sales receipts. A lot of our customers using that. So we're still in invoices, and you have options here. You can do different operations, insert, update, void, specifically for invoices, and delete. So if you're talking about invoices, so make sure the ID, it can be invoice ID. If you're talking about insertion of journal entry ID, sales receipt ID. If you do insert, this ID should be empty, because this ID will be generated by QuickBooks through API. If you're talking about update, void, delete, this ID is identifier must be provided. So don't forget it. Otherwise, API will not know what record you're talking about. And if you eventually have to use all 4 different operations, so make sure you create 4 different templates, because mapping is different, logic is different, and mandatory fields are different, right? So be very careful. So in my case, I select insert. And now I want to map. And what are we mapping? The headers of the table, you can type it by yourself, right? There's no limitation here. But for me, I just pull structure through the object, and then I would like to map these headers of the table to the QuickBooks field. And the beginning of my header is not an A1, but in A2 cells. And I will do refresh. And that operation helped my program, my application, to map it. So it's mapped automatically and put result column. This is important. This is result of your execution. And now you will see this is what mapping does. The first table, the small table, this is informational only. And what it does, it's tell you if you use certain data, so this certain data should be in this format. For example, if you choose in line item for line invoices, use a tax code, your tax code can be tax or none. If you have any other value, the API will fail. I mean, you definitely can see the error, but this is just information and only, or maybe percentage base. If you map that field, it can be true or false. True and false in your spreadsheet, in your data. Okay, so don't mess it up. It's not like you choose here and data will go. So it just tell you what possible values can be chosen when you create your data. Okay, so what the application does, if you can see on the bottom, this is your mapping. If you type header by yourself, you still have ability to drag from here and drop field name in the QuickBooks on the right side. You can do it manually. So, but I would prefer it's easy because it's done for you. You just have to use it, and that's it. Okay, in my case, I don't want to use reference. No, I want to use reference field. I don't want to use line or align items. It's good. Everything get mapped. I don't want to use custom field, right? I will remove it from mapping, and everything else, like, I don't care. So what I do here, I have one row of data, which is I'm trying to move. So I didn't pay much attention what data I have, but I can try. So I execute and save template, and it does exactly what it is. So it's save structure, and execute means try to push the data from spreadsheet to the QuickBooks account. All right, and I want to show you the name of the column. And if in case, if you successfully push data from a spreadsheet to a QuickBooks account, you will have ID here generated, and that two field will be true and true. But now I can see, okay, line description is mandatory parameters. As soon as I didn't pay attention much how I prepared data, this is very straightforward. Tell me what should I do, right? So you come back, and then you rerun or call and execute your template. And this is a shortcut. The last saved template can be revoked using that functionality. Upload to QuickBooks based on the template. So this is your last template. You click it and you execute it again after you fix your data. All right. Okay, so this is big functionality. Before I move out of my spreadsheet, I would like to show you a couple of features here. If you have multiple people who use the same file, QuickBooks file, or the same entity, and only, as you know, in the QuickBooks, only one person can be a major admin or master admin for this specific file. But if you use multiple people working on the same file, do update, refresh, download. So you add this user to this specific company. And what it does, it's allow multiple people work on the same file without changing admin. Because before you have to switch admin from one person to another, only in this case, one person can work on the same file. So this is very useful functionality. If you have multiple team members who's working on the same file, then I would like to show you under tools, you have user preferences. When you talk about default values for change pool settings option, this is your default values for data pooling data. This is where you create your own reports, and this is for reports. So this is default value. If you want to keep original formatting all the time, just set up default value here. So another useful feature will be when you go on the tools, you have change template ownership. This is very important. because as a team, you can use for trial, let's say, your own account. Then eventually you move to company domain. This is where you change ownership from your private account to your domain account, and you will not lose your template. Or you have a team, and some person go on vacation, right? And we don't want to lose this person work. So before this person leave for vacation, she or he can change ownership to you, and you will keep running, refreshing the data until this person come back. So change template ownership. So this is how it works. Then I want to show you a couple examples of BI solution. This is a Google chart. I would like to show you maybe P&L for 4 years, for example. So this is design, and I keep formatting here, different color is this example. So, and if you want to build Google chart and create some kind of dashboard, this is how it can look like. So this is 2 years net profit. This is cash summary, right? It's very straightforward report. This is aged, couple of aged reports, and this is how they look like in Google Studio, right? If your client like, I mean, it's very visual, it's very easy. You can create dashboard. For me, it's just table and graphs, right? You can move your mouse and nice numbers. So clients like it, right? They might not need to see each and every details what you have in your spreadsheet. So this is cash summary. It's another example. Okay. So now I'm going to show you our website. So this is our website. What useful information you will get from here. And the product, you will have what our product does, right? You can look here, and you can get documentations or request meeting from us, and then pricing. So pricing goes, as of now, we have light version, which is $15 per month, which doesn't include automation, save template, and upload. So I would say for if you have a lot of entities, you probably like to have this license. It's a premium, it's a monthly, this unlimited QuickBooks companies for now, because we're working on domain. So, but this license allow you to set up automation, save and share templates. If you compare reports, the amount of reports are the same. We're not limiting that. So $15, I would say, for very small businesses. They don't need automation, and it's pretty much satisfied for them. So, but if you have heavy volume, I would suggest, yeah, you need automation because it's a key. So when you install our application, you have 14 days free. This license is per user, per Google account, okay? This unlimited QuickBooks organizations. And now we know it's a tax time, right? Everyone is busy. And if you feel you don't have enough time to feel if it's right tool for you, it's not, so you contact us. We have couple emails here, support and sales. It will go to group of people, right? You send a mail and you said, okay, I need to extend my trial. I don't have time to finish. And now you say you have clients, you have company, and eventually if you decided, okay, I don't have clients anymore for QuickBooks, right? You send us a mail and said, okay, I need to cancel my license, and we will cancel right away. There is no obligation, no agreement. If you need us, you use it. If you don't need, you don't use us. So what else? It's very important. We have and the support documentation parts where you can have step-by-step explanation how to set up templates for your own query, your own reports, standard reports, upload. It's like step-by-step, object by object. So you can again review automation here, automatic workflow. Then you have whole series how to set up a Google Charts, Tableau, or Google Studio, how to publish this in a website. I mean, if you need it, right? So another good and useful information will be blog. So blogs we usually try to either publish articles, these common questions. Let's say if you move from Google to Google, you might see probably drive Google error. So it is Google error. It's not related to us, but you can see that when you try to use our application. So if you click, it's whole article, how to get rid of this. And new enhancements. So when we release something, you will have first, it goes to blog, because it's easy for us. And then eventually we will send newsletter. We try to do it on monthly basis, but again, it depends how many enhancements we will have. So this is our the latest enhancement, which released last month. So this is budget versus actuals. It's a budget variance, how it looks like, and some small features and functionality which is new or enhanced for this release. All right. So now I will try to shut up, I guess. And please, I will allow you to talk if you would like to, or you can type any of your questions. So
I have one question.
sure. Hi.
I'm calling for Jeanette. On the emailing of the reports,
Mhm.
does the email address pull out of your contacts, or do you have to create a new contact?
You have to type. You have to type. It's
Yeah.
not connected to your contact list. Yeah, you have to type.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good you tell me, because I don't want to call you Jeanette for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
How about Shelley? Do you have any questions? All right, so this webinar is recorded. So as soon as Zoom converted, it will take 5-10 minutes. So I will send it. So you can share this, Jeanette, this webinar, and she will have it. And again, if you do have any other questions, so send us email to support@Econ Services. And if it's straightforward questions, then I will be able to handle. If not, we have like very strong technical team, and they will be giving you either solution or suggestions, or even just tell, okay, what you should do, some sort of directions. So, and if no more questions, I would like to thank you guys to join my webinar, and I will send recorded version, and we're looking for your feedback, right? Because we're working on these applications and enhancement. We will be happy to hear from you. Okay. So thank you very much, and have a wonderful afternoon or evening. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.